What the hell? What the hell's going on with the aspect ratio of this thing? What the fuck? What the hell? What the fuck? What the hell is going on? Let's try to fix it, maybe? There we go. That was fucking weird. All right, well, hey guys, I'm live, as you can see. Just another Red-Eye Raw. Figured I'd do a quick one before work. I recently uploaded both the final chapter and epilogue of Godzilla NES, as well as the compilation that has the full story in one video. That way, the individual chapters readings are complete, as well as if someone wants to just watch the whole thing in one go, they have that option too. What's up, Necritic? Huh. But yeah, the title in this is just because I've been obsessed with creepypastas lately. It's not necessarily going to be the topic I talk about for a lot of the stream. It's just what I was thinking of when I made the title, so. It's good to have my next long creepypasta under my belt already. The next one, I think so far, I did a poll in the Discord. Looks like people want Ben Drowned next. The options I had were Pen Pal, Ben Drowned, Happy Tarnished version, and what was the other long one? Was it Baraska? Might have been Baraska. I don't remember. I am going to do part of a reading of No End House for Corbin's channel, because Corbin read part of it, and I'm going to finish it and then upload it to his channel. And then from there, I'm going to make a compilation of the creepypastas from Corbin's channel. Mostly the original ones, but I will include the No End House at the end of it, and then put the compilation on my channel. Been watching Tim and Eric Awesome Show, have you? That's a classic. It's a classic Adult Swim show. No, but I started listening to this YouTube channel called Midnight Crick while I was at work, and he does like, you know, he's done like videos talking about like creepypastas, paranormal stuff, icebergs, that kind of thing, right? And because I've just kind of been obsessing with creepypasta stuff lately, so that's what I'm thinking about. Hence why, again, I finally finished the Godzilla reading. I don't know why that took me so long. The last chapter was actually pretty short. Like, easily, Entropy is the longest one. And honestly, I think Entropy is probably the best chapter. I actually think the last chapter is actually kind of the weakest chapter. The last chapter and epilogue are both just kind of okay, but the rest of the story is amazing. Honestly, Zenith, I already feel like, is not as good as Extus. Like, Entropy and Extus, I think, are like where the story like peaks. I will probably do a review of Godzilla NES now that I've finished doing the reading as well. Look at all that fucking ash. But I might knock out a couple of shorter ones before I start the next long one, or in between readings of that. Right. I've never read Ben Drowned before, or even really listened to it. Like, I've seen videos on the subject, but I've never heard the whole thing. Actually, I might have once, now that I think about it. But I hardly remember. Like, I remember the statue, and, you know, the fact that the kid drowned, hence the title, right? Hey, what's up, VCR 12? Or Classic Munchies, as the OGs know you as. How you doing? You're enjoying a Rio? I don't know what you mean by that. Hey, what's up, Vintage? How you doing? You're alright? Glad to hear it, VCR. What do you mean by RYO? I'm not really sure what you mean by that. By the way, if you're doing those stream highlights of different people from the Discord, Monster of Mojave Part 3 is a good place to find both Jason and Steven moments. Okay. Good to know. Good, glad to hear, Vintage. Yeah, I'm just bullshitting a little bit before work. I was talking about creepypastas because I just finished my Godzilla NES creepypasta reading, which I started well over a year ago, if not longer than that. When I do the longer ones, I tend to take breaks between chapters, so that's why I also like to do the compilations that have them all in one. I'm gonna go ash this before this like falls off onto the ground. It's a rolled cig. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I've been kind of obsessing with creepypastas again lately, just kind of feeling nostalgic. I don't really like new creepypastas a lot of the time. There's still good modern ones that occasionally get made, obviously, but like I feel like the OG creepypasta era was like you kind of had to be there. It was like a time, you know what I mean? Like it's like an era of the internet. What do I think about Joshua Block? I've heard that name mentioned a couple times. I think Kino was mentioning him, but I haven't really looked into him. Saw Shin Godzilla last week in the theaters. Nice, I love Shin Godzilla. They just showing the original again. Aren't they doing a sequel to it soon or something? Or like it's in the works? Is there any way to check if Jason is okay? I'm worried. I mean, I am too, dude, but that's the problem, is Jason's a fucking an enigma. Nobody knows anything about him as like a real person, right? Like, we know he's in Canada. We know his name's Jason, probably. We don't even know Jason's his real name. There's not really a way to get in touch with him. He's autistic with alcoholism. Yeah, again, I've heard of him because Kino mentioned him, I think. We might also do another shit show covering some more, like, really old King Cobra JFS stuff, you know, when Josh was young. Because, you know, be kind of fun to look back at, you know, Josh back then. And it'll give me an excuse to use Kino's sad shit show intro again. It's possible now because Shin Godzilla made a lot of money in the US. Nice. I worry he'll end up like King Cobra. I mean, yeah, that's another thing about, like, because, like King Cobra, like, his death hit me way harder than I thought it would. But I do think that they're, like, that it also got me worrying about Jason, because, you know, Jason just kind of vanished. Like an old oak table. How do you not know if his name's Jason? Because here's the thing, Jason is what he always called himself online, so, like, we assume that's his name. But how do we know that that wasn't a fake name? I mean, look, I myself have, like, a fake name I use in a lot of video games. Like, I call myself Gary. My name's not Gary. Gary's not any part of my name. But I have used it because it was a nickname given to me by Gaming Retextured back when we used to do the Xbox Live trolling videos. And we don't know his last name. I think I've seen his face once in a picture he shared, and I don't even know where that is. Like, I think he shared it in my server at one point, but I don't even know how to search for it, because I don't know what tab he posted it in, and it was on an account that he deleted, so I can't search it by user. I hope he's okay. Yeah, me too, dude. Jason's a fun guy. Like, he was one of the funnest people in the server. He said crazy shit all the time that was fucking great. There were times on stream where I had to make sure Jason knew we were live so that he wouldn't say shit that would get the stream taken down, because Jason would just say all sorts of kooky shit. Jason and Edgar would be a great combination. Yeah, but Edgar never joins the calls anymore. Now he just, like, occasionally will, like, post in the server. He doesn't ever join voice chat anymore. Which sucks, because Edgar's one of my favorites to have on chat, too, because Edgar says just, like, insane shit that doesn't make any sense. I am making an Edgar highlight, though. I have clips for it. I'm gonna make multiple Edgar highlights, because Edgar said a lot of golden shit just in that one stream alone. I think there should be an online thing that kind of prevents trolling, but different personalities are at harm's way. Well, I don't think troll... Like, what do you mean by prevents trolling? Because I'm okay with, like, trolling. But, like, if it's, like, really malicious, like, sending, like, the cops to somebody's house, or, like, trying to ruin their life, or, like, make them lose their job, that's where I think it's fucked up. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of trolling. It's just there's a line that you don't want to cross. And a lot of people cross that line. And that's, like... That's why, like, with King Cobra JFS, like, all the trolls that, like, DoorDashed him Everclear can rot in hell. Fuck them. But, like, or, like, the people who ruined Chris Chan. Like, Chris Chan is that way because of people, right? Like, because of the internet. Like, I can understand the emotional appeal to want to, like, say, oh, I want some sort of thing to prevent trolling. But that itself could open the door to a lot of bad things that I wouldn't want. So, I don't find anything morally against, like, lighthearted trolling. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. I mean, hell, I've done my share of trolling. Like I said, during Gen 1.5, as I like to call it, the era where my channel I wasn't uploading to, but I was on Gaming Retextured's channel, we were doing trolling on Xbox Live videos that were great. And unfortunately, he scrubbed all those. I mean, there's a couple I have archived, you know, on my computer, but, you know, he wanted to move on from that, and that's fine. And I myself don't really do a whole lot. Like, there's also a difference. Like, I think there's a difference where you get from trolling to, like, cringe, like, drama and beef that I don't really like to get in anymore, which I've had my share of, and I've had my fill. You know what I mean? I don't really do trolling anymore either, but I have in the past, and I'd be a hypocrite if I said, oh, it shouldn't be allowed. I just think when people are like malicious about it is when I have a problem with it. I guess what I'm trying to say is the mental capacity of people who put out videos, how can we know they'll snap? Well, oh, fuck, there's a wasp that's, like, getting all up in my business. Okay, he fucked off. Fuck off, dude. Fuck. Fucking wasps, dude. I hate them. I hate wasps. Fuck off, you motherfucker. I will get a fucking lighter and burn you, you bitch. I've got a torch lighter. That fucker starts flying towards me. I'm going to try to burn him. Fuck off. There's all these flies flying around me, too, making me paranoid. I've been stung out here once. I don't want it to happen again. All I'm doing is smoking. These things can fuck off. The tobacco's supposed to make them docile anyway, right? Like, granted, I am wearing an orange safety vest because I'm going to work after this, but still, they can fuck off. But what I was going to say is, there's two different points I want to make on that, right? Whenever you're fucking with someone online, always assume they could be going through some shit, number one, because everyone has their own issues. And, you know, that's why I say there's lines that shouldn't be crossed. And, you know, I myself have done shit in the past that I've done with trolling and drama that I regret and have moved past. But the thing is like, you can't really set a precedent. Like, it depends on what we're defining by trolling, but just like making fun of people online and stuff like that, you can't really go after that without it being going against someone's free speech. Fucking wasps, dude. What do you want, Evie? What are you barking at? And at the end of the day, I am still pretty libertarian. So, I would rather have the risk of freedom. What's the quote? I'd rather have dangerous freedom than peaceful slavery, right? It's an issue that's it's tough to get into. I think that culturally there needs to be a change in this concept of like lolcow content. And like, don't get me wrong, I like my share of lolcow content, but I think that there's a lot of people, especially with it becoming like mainstream, which I think is one of the worst things that's happened with it. There's a lot of people who just like view these people as like characters. They don't really view them as human beings, and I think that's part of the problem. So I don't really have a simple solution for it, but I also don't think, like, I don't think there should be, like, we don't need more laws restricting the internet. We need less. You know what I mean? Like, in general, I'm tired of them making more. People need to talk to each other more to know where everyone is coming from and understand. I agree, Vintage, I agree. And again, that's, I think, part of why I've kind of, I don't really do, and, like, the thing is, like, people that I've trolled, like let's say, like, Jesse Coffee, right? I don't hate the guy, right? Jesse Coffee is, he's an idiot, but he's not like a bad person. He's just stupid. And like even with him, I tried to I warned him when his account got hacked. Luckily, he knew about it because like somebody hacked his account through this like bullshit Twitter scam. Or maybe it was Blue Sky. I think it was Blue Sky because I think he uses Blue Sky. But whatever. The point is, he got his Discord and stuff. Well, I think his Discord got hacked too. Yeah. And I let him know just in case he didn't, but he was well aware. So like, even if it's someone that I've like messed with in the past, if I like see some shit going on, I'm still gonna like if Malachi got hacked, I'd probably try to let him know, but I don't really have a way to contact him. What the hell are Jewish noises? Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the problem, is the dehumanization, is that, because, like, I've never viewed, like, the Cucumber Clan is funny. I love the Cucumber Clan. I don't have anything against him. Is Blue Sky still a thing? Yeah, the only people that are on it are, like, demented leftists, again, hence why Jesse Coffee is on it, but, it's funny, because, like, people go on and on about, what's the word I'm looking for? They go on and on about empathy, right? But a lot of these people who go on about empathy are selective with it. They don't have it for everybody that they encounter. Like, I think one of the problems is like, it's again very like there's a lot of dehumanization online. I think that's where a lot of the issues come from. Some people on the internet are terrible people, so they attract negative attention. I mean, true, but also, that's the other thing, is just that statement alone. Everybody puts themselves on a pedestal being like, well, I'm better than this person. And I think that's part of the problem too. And it's like, I'm not saying that there's not like there are people online that do horrible things. But if you think you're on some righteous crusade because you're fucking with some autismo online, you're the one with problems. You know what I mean? Like, if you think that you're like some sort of vigilante because you like make fun of an autistic guy online or like fuck with him at work or something, you're an idiot. And that's another thing. I've been planning to do a rant on like lolcow content for a while and drama content in general, because there's a whole idea with like these drama channels and things. And like I said, I've had my share of drama. I'm not gonna like pretend I haven't. Again, I don't really do that anymore, but like the thing is like there are a lot of people who get so invested and obsessed with this, and I'm guilty of this in the past myself. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. But like when you watch like things like drama, like look, I have nothing against Keemstar, There's things I don't like about him, and there's things I like about him. I don't overall dislike him as a person. I think he just makes content that I don't like. But I think shows like Drama Alert do cause some of that problem. I'd say a better example that would be something like Kino Casino. I can't stand Kino Casino. Like Kino Casino is one of the worst drama slop channels out there. And people also just like to make claims against other people with like no like evidence or anything like that too. Like I think that this idea of going after people on this idea of like a righteous crusade is like retarded. I think that's one of the worst problems of it. I mean, hell, that's why I find myself defending Logan Paul a lot more than I should. Because, don't get me wrong, there are things I don't like about Logan Paul, but, like, I find myself defending him way more than a lot of people do. Like, Logan Paul is a douchebag. And he's done a lot of things I don't like, but a lot of people will be, like, hypocritical because, like, Logan Paul will do something that Filthy Frank does the same shit. Yeah, you're right. I don't think I'm on a pedestal, but people share too much on social media. Yes, I agree. Social media is part of the problem. I will admit I'm very guilty of this. I love seeing left creators going at each other like at each other's throats, Destiny H3. Oh, I agree. I do too. Again, I'm not going to pretend I'm spotless on this either. And I'm not going to pretend that I have an objection to a little bit of Schadenfreude. But the problem is like everybody gets so obsessed with that becomes like consuming. You know what I mean? Like, again, I think, like, iDubbbz's downfall, I'm not going to pretend that there's not a little bit of joy I've gotten out of seeing iDubbbz, you know, failing after he became what he is now, right? Or again, I think it's fine to again, I'm not going to pretend that like there isn't a bit of because you know we are tribal in nature, right? That too. And when we see people that we view as opposed to ourselves, it is in our nature to view them as other, right? And I don't think that's possible to fully get rid of, but I think the important thing is making yourself aware of it, because at least then you can kind of try to not let yourself get consumed by it. And I also think there's a pretty big difference between simply observing and actually actively fucking with someone too. We all encountered that weird kid in high school. I mean, yeah. In my biology class in high school, it was the quiet kid that jumped in and started dissecting the fetal pig. And the guy who hardly said anything. Because we had a group project where we were supposed to dissect fetal pigs and none of us wanted to do it. But the quiet kid just jumps in and starts fucking hacking at it. And I'm like, okay. I'll be nice to this guy because, you know, I want to be one of the ones who gets the call, hey, don't come to school tomorrow, right? But, you know, obviously nothing like that ever happened at my school back when I was in high school, but, you know. And to be fair, with a lot of these, like, big leftist YouTubers, right, like, you know, H3, iDubbbz, and Destiny, these guys all, they all, what's the word I'm looking for? They all, they all have done shit to fuck with people themselves. So, like, in a way, there is, like, a view in your head that you can view it as karma with some of it, right? But I myself, like, again, there's a difference between observing someone's downfall and contributing to it. You know what I mean? What year did you graduate? 2012. I think it's funny that iDubbbz would make a new content cop when he literally talked about how he thinks content cops were morally wrong. Yeah, and it was also awful. And like he made H3 look good by comparison, which is a tough thing to do. Switching gears a bit again, I do hope that they eventually finish that Godzilla NES fan game. I don't think they will. I don't even know if they'll ever actually finish Trance, because like right now it only goes to Pathos. Be cool if they did though. Yeah, because he took clips out of context and didn't make fun of him for anything that he should be hated on for. Well, yeah, that and like people literally called like child protective services on him and like said all sorts of horrible shit. So like, I have a problem with that. Obviously, that's fucked up. Let's see. Gonna probably try to get my monthly movie recap out soon. I have a bunch of movies listed now, so I'll probably do that. Oh, did you guys know that Xbox Video shut down their marketplace? I found this out like a week ago because I was trying to look on it to see if there was some movie we wanted to watch. I think it was Naked Gun 33 and a third. We eventually rented it on Amazon, I think. My friend and I wanted to watch it. Like, luckily they haven't, like, cut off my library or anything, so I can still watch all the shit I bought. But, you know, they always could. That's the thing with digital content that you buy, right? And that's why I'm all about physical. Which reminds me, Discotech, with, like, licensing 2 through 5 of Yoritsuki Doji, that's fucking awesome. And also, like, Shin-Chan, like, these are two of the things I said I wanted to get, like, a Blu-ray release, and Discotech's been, like, again, that and they did fucking MXC. It's, some of the things they release, it feels like they almost tailor it to, like, the kind of shit that I like, which obviously they don't, but, like, I'm like, wow, they are really nailing it. iDubbbz really needs to get away from that lady. Yeah, but he's not going to. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun making the original creepypastas that we put on Corbin's channel. You know, like the Chef's Love Shack one, which probably the weakest one out of the ones I've done. But in fairness, that's because it was like one of the first ones I did with ChatGPT, and like it clearly didn't understand certain aspects of the game. But then there's other ones where it like nails it, or like ones where I get really specific in the and like some that I've like rewritten parts of myself, like, you know. What is your first anime you ever watched? It depends on what we're counting for that. So, like, I watched, like, Pokemon and Dragon Ball growing up, but I didn't really know what an anime was at that point, and I was watching them kind of tangentially. I think Naruto as well. But the first one that I actually started getting into anime was Death Note. Disco's next update will be in January. All right, cool. I'll keep my eyes open. I know they did Ultimate Muscle a while back, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm hoping that they do, like, the original Kinnikuman at some point. Like, granted, there is, like, a selfish double-edged sword to that for me. Like, when they announced Shin-Chan, I'm like, that's awesome, but now my sets that I have that were rare and expensive don't have the same value, you know what I mean? Because, like, now there's just going to be a Blu-ray with all of it. Or, like, my Kinnikuman set that I spent $400 on. If they ever do Kinnikuman, then that won't matter, you know? Ideb's girlfriend talked about how he shits himself all the time in one of her videos. Yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen it. Disco is very friendly with Toei now. Yeah. Well, I mean that's a good sign for future releases of old school Toei stuff. Like maybe we'll get like an official release of like Steel Jeeg or Grendizer, right? That'd be pretty cool. I mean, granted, I have bootlegs of both of those, but you know, it'd be cool if we get an official one. The one thing that sucks when they did MXC, they didn't include the original episodes of Takeshi's Castle that were on the DVDs. So I guess my DVDs still have that going for them. I wonder if Shin-Chan's going to have the Japanese episodes that the DVDs do, or if that's also going to be one that's only on the DVDs and not on the Blu-rays. The only thing that's off limits is Dragon Ball. Well, yeah, because what Crunchyroll has that now, or like that's what, like Funimation, but they're Crunchyroll now. But you know, and again, I'm not gonna buy. I still don't give Crunchyroll money myself. I know that's again. I buy shit from other companies that I don't like, but you know, Crunchyroll's still one that I'm like I can control not buying anything from. What's up, Keto? How you doing? All those YouTubers that used to make edgy content make absolutely terrible videos, although Mumkey still makes some good videos. Oh yeah, Mumkey still makes some good ones here and there, like when he reviewed all the Medea movies, that was fun. Good, couldn't be better. Glad to hear it. As you can see, I did just finish the Godzilla reading, since you commented on both the final chapter upload and then the full series compilation. I figure you were aware of that, but I've been really into creepypastas lately. I hear Sunrise hates Crunchyroll. Who's Sunrise? You know what I want Discotech to do? I want them to release the Ammon OVA. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, the Gundam Company? Oh, okay. Yeah, Gundam's one I've been meaning to get into. You know, it's funny. I used to have like this arbitrary dislike of mecha for some reason, like way long time ago. Like obviously that's not the case since I got into Go Nagai, but I used to not like mecha anime, which was like retarded because I loved kaiju stuff. So it was like a weird like disconnect. Creepypastas are very nostalgic to me. I just recently realized all the horror stories my friend told me as a teenager were creepypastas. Good times. Oh yeah, dude, I love creepypastas. Old creepypastas especially. Like I will take I will take old creepypastas any day over shitty new ones. Like old creepypastas were shitty in their own right. You know what I mean? Like there was dumb cliches and stuff like that, right? But I kind of like that over like the modern shit we get. It's just like not even really like scary. It's just like a story. Like you get shit like Tales from the Gas Station or Lily Madwhip, and I don't care about any of that shit. Like give me fucking No End House, Godzilla NES, 1999, specifically the version with all the plagiarism in it. And that's another thing. That version is way better than the later version, which the creator tries to say, oh, no, this is the original. The plagiarism was added by other people, but there's evidence that that's not the case. That actually the one with the plagiarism was the original, and, you know, he wanted to get, like, a film deal, so he, like, pretended it wasn't him or something. Slime Beast did a video on it. I've got my problems with Slime Beast. I don't like a lot of the drama slop content he does, but he brought up some good points about 1999. I'm personally not a big fan of mecha anime, but I love mecha games. It's fun to build your own mech and destroy others, yeah? Well, with mecha anime, I am picky. Like, I like, Go Nagai mecha stuff, but that's just because I like Go Nagai. Like, Mazinger is great. I still need to finish the 70s Mazinger anime. I'm on, like, episode, like, 66. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, I still have to read Devilman. Oh, yeah, Devilman's great. Watching Gao Gaigar. I'm not familiar with that one. No, the first mecha anime that I actually got into was Gun X Sword. Gun X Sword was fun because it was like a western and also a revenge story, and mecha just happened to be like a part of it. I read Violence Jack, and that's my favorite Go Nagai creation. Oh yeah, Violence Jack's great. It's like Transformers meets Super Robot anime. Okay. Now that I finished watching The Shield, I might try to just. I'm probably going to start it over again, and I might just try to watch through all of Monster finally. Because I got to like episode 33 of Monster before I stopped watching it the first time. And that's just because, we were moving house, and I packed a bunch of shit up and wasn't sure where I put my DVDs of it and stuff like that. But I definitely want to watch through all of Monster because Monster was great from what I watched. Like I said, I watched like the first 33 episodes. I need to finish it. Once Corbin and I finish watching through the Death Note live action Japanese movies, we're going to do a review of that together probably, so that'll be fun. Yaratsuki Dochi's getting a new TV and. What? Excuse me? That's fucking awesome. Is it a sequel, a remake, what is it? Well, I'm definitely going to watch that. Remake more closer to the manga? Okay. I wonder if it's going to have the manga ending. Because that's like the one thing I don't like about the manga was the ending. That's sick. Hopefully it's made by the same dude who made the OG. Well, I mean, if you're talking like Toshio Maeda himself, he didn't actually make the anime. But if you're talking like the guy who directed the animes, I mean, that was a couple of different people for the different OVAs. Are they hiring Edgar to write it? What, so he mixes in like Hell of a Boss and fucking Steven Universe and fucking Ben 10? Have seen some animation. He's seen some animation. He's excited. Oh, yeah? Hell yeah. No, Toshio Maeda is great. Steven Universe is great. I loved when things happened. Anyway, don't be transphobic. Yeah. No, that show's so bad. His channel is fun. Oh, Toshio Maeda? Yeah, dude, I fucking love Toshio Maeda's channel. I love when he tells stories and he's like, "My wife, she tell me I am bastard, but she is bitch. I don't care." I fucking love Toshio Maeda. Like, Toshio Maida's really funny. Or like when he tells the story of like young girls hitting on him in like a bar. Like his stories are great. I guess you just don't understand Edgar's genius. Obviously, you need to make Steven Universe have the Urotsukidoji art style. Yeah, I love that. That's like he thinks the main issue I have is the art style. It's no, the content is the issue. And I've explained that to him countless times, and he still doesn't get it. I'm thinking next creepypasta I read, short one wise, I'm probably going to do a reading of normal porn for normal people. Modern cartoons in general are trash, yeah. I also want to read some of the obscure ones that only like Mudahar did back in the day. And like, look, I don't really like Mudahar, but I used to watch his creepypasta shit back in the day. And like he had a bunch of creepypastas that like people would submit to his wiki that aren't like anywhere else. You can't handle the Edgar style. Yeah, there you go. Maybe next time get a board that can handle the Edgar style. Later, Nick. Yeah, I get smoke in my eyes. Yeah. So that's why you ash it, because otherwise you end up with a bunch of ash on the ground like that. I'm really enjoying the Gunsmith Cats manga. I haven't heard of that one. Maybe I'll check it out. I definitely I haven't like watched a ton of anime or read a ton of manga recently. I'll probably start another binge of that sometime soon. We'll see. Because like again, right now, like the thing I was binging was The Shield, but I finished that. Um, I'm gonna try to finish Monster. I think that's what I'm gonna do with anime first. Um, I know Discotech's also doing Monster as well. That's pretty cool because like the DVDs I have are Australian because the US DVDs only go up to like episode 15. It's about a woman in Chicago that runs a gun shop and it's a bounty and is a bounty hunter. Oh, okay. There are a bunch of animes that I've been watching with Corbin, but we're watching so many things that we don't really finish anything. Like we started GTO forever ago and need to finish that. We also started like Tanya the Evil forever ago and need to finish that. And also, I mean, granted, I've seen it before, but I've been showing him the original Dragon Ball, and again, I've seen this before too, but I've been showing him Redo of Healer. Been watching some 80s OVAs recently. It really is a shame that they'll never get anime like in the 80s to early 2000s. Yeah, dude, that was like peak. But Yorotsuki Doji getting a new series, that's pretty cool. The first live action GTO series is great. I need to watch the live action one. We've been watching the anime one. But it's been a while since we've watched any of it, and I don't even fucking remember what episode we're on. My Cresta! Even the lighthearted shit was great and comes from someone that prefers edgy shit. Yeah. A more like, I mean, it's not lighthearted because it is a tragedy, but you know what series I do really like, but has a lot of shit that you would think I wouldn't like is Clanad, specifically After Story. But you got to watch through the original to get to After Story, and there are parts in the original that I cringe through to get to After Story. But fucking the like After Story, Clanad After Story has like the saddest anime death in it for me. I do kind of hate the whole reset buttony thing they do at the end because it kind of undermines that, but I also get why they did it. For real, it's a great anime to be honest. Yeah, no, I love Clanad. Clanad's great. Again, especially After Story because After Story is fucking depressing as hell. And there's a part of me that just kind of views. Should I watch Clanad? After Story especially, but you got to watch the original to get After Story. So yeah, I would say so. It is like a slice of life romance, but it's also like really fucking tragic. For me, it's Slayers. I absolutely love it. I've never seen Slayers. I know Chisu likes Slayers because that's what his profile picture is. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's good. Boss, so Edgar, why should we hire you? Edgar, Steven Universe, Star versus Forces of Evil, hell of a boss. Yorotsuki Doji, boss, you're hired. Yeah. No, Edgar has like the shittest taste in animation. He watches all the generic slop. I like Slayers only if Naga is in it. Yeah. No, it's funny. I need to do a new video about Misa from Death Note because, like, forever ago, I did a video calling her the worst Death Note character, which is really funny now because, like, she's a great character. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'll talk to you guys later.